Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Mike is one of the, for many years, he's one of PIC's multi-millionaire. We're very proud of him. He's a good friend more than anything else. Not only is, member, a mentee of mine, he's always, even when there was no COVID, he would fly all the way to Toronto for VIPs and breaking bread, meeting the right people and all that stuff. And so I'm really happy to have you today, my friend. Like I said, above everything else, Mike is a good friend. Good to have you again.
Thank you so much, Sunil. And I mean, you did come out east. We met in Moncton. It's probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago.
Yes.
Sort of, who in the heck is this wealthy cop? And it's been a whirlwind ever since. So yeah, I've always enjoyed coming to Toronto and really meeting all the guests that you've had hosted over the years. You've pushed me out of the comfort zone, got me on some stages, wrote some books, just always challenged me. So I really appreciate that. I mean, I've been in real estate I'm almost chasing 40 years. So for any newbies, just disclaimer, it does get in your blood. Just want to share that.
Yeah.
I guess it was a week ago. Was it a week ago? Yeah, no, it was last Thursday. You and I had talked, and I was 2 hours away out in Antigonish, sort of a new purchase, and we were all set for Sunil to give me this sales pitch on the book, and we just totally got sidetracked and talked about this new deal. So I'm just going to sort of back up a little bit, and as I said, I've been investing in real estate for almost 40 years. My specialty over the years has been sort of buy underperforming properties and really look at how I can add value to it. And I think that's the secret. When we look at any deal, it doesn't really matter how big it is or what the numbers are. If you can add value to it, then that's one of the key components of being successful. So, Sunil, when you had focused on your U.S. properties and sort of getting them at a discounted price, you could see the retail price at the end of the day. For me, I sort of similar, could look at a rental property and say, okay, well, I can paint this and fix that and increase the curb appeal and raise the rents. And at the end of the day, that's the big ticket. When you can raise the rents, that's what drives the value. So sort of fast forwarding to last week, I was telling Sunil that I had partnered with two fellas here in Nova Scotia. We've sort of met. It's funny. I guess we met because I had been networking in a meetup group, real estate meetup group here locally. I had given away some of my books that I had co-wrote with Sunil and Brian Tracy, and those books, everybody, those really, I want to just sort of say firsthand that those really bring credibility to a person when they're sort of saying, okay, is this somebody I want to do business with? And I'm sure you've heard it hundreds of times from Sunil. That's what people want to do business with. Somebody who, I picked up one couple of the words that I picked up from you this evening, Sunil. I was a little later coming on, but picked up when you talked about people with ethics and providing good service for people. Those really just drive home the value. So anyway, it's like as most real estate people that this is in their blood, they can sort of ramble for hours and hours. But anyway, I just want to sort of share with everybody on the call tonight my newest venture. Sort of, as I said, I focused in multi-units, and I've got 11 properties in Nova Scotia here in Dartmouth, a couple more in Florida, and a condo in Montreal. But I partnered with these fellas, and we decided probably 6-8 months ago, as a result of some of the restrictions in the rental market and the government's imposing a rent cap that we hadn't had in really about, we used to have one in the 80s. They abolished it, and we were sort of the market here in Nova Scotia from the residential perspective had really was supply and demand, and sort of implementing this 2% rent cap sort of makes it a lot less appealing at this point in time. So we looked at storage units. I really hadn't had a lot of partners over the years in my residential, and these two fellows I had sort of learned to know and trust. They were people of integrity and value, honesty, and you know the type of people that they say something, then that's as a handshake is as good as a word. So we closed, it was a week ago today, last Tuesday, we closed on 2 storage facilities. They each have 3 buildings of 25 units. So basically 75 units in each of the 2 storage facilities. There are some additional sea cans on one location and some baby burns on the second location. We've been able to sort of work with a contractor and the original vendor to prep a neighboring neighboring property to have the land ready to build 3 additional units, 3 additional buildings of 25 more units. So in other words, literally doubling one facility. So that's one of our plays when I talked earlier about value add. The second strategy that we're looking at is changing the income structure from a monthly to a 4-week cycle, and that's pretty common in the storage industry. So we're really stoked about that sort of feather in our cap to be able to, again, as I talked about earlier, driving value and increasing the value of the property. So our goal is to have our 3 additional buildings are scheduled to be finished for early to mid-December. Our goal is to have them rented as soon as possible, and our third sort of strategy or a value add is to raise the per square foot income of each of these properties. So right now they're at $1.20, and our next phase is to bump that up to $1.40. So yeah, just really, really excited about this. But the storage facilities, there's so much similarities in that as and the multi-units and renting residential. So I was really the money guy in this partnership. We're each 1/3 owners, and because I had been a real estate investor for years. What happens? I took a 13-unit building that I had. Mortgage had been paid down a little bit, and I was able to refinance that and haul enough money out of that to be able to really really get us going. So it was a combination of sort of a lot of things really coming together. Number one, on the purchase of the property, the vendor had agreed to give us a 20% vendor take back mortgage. I was able to come up with 15% of our down payment, and then we refinanced the remainder. So that's really in a nutshell our 30,000 foot sort of strategy and our value added to where we wanted to go.
You're building 75 extra units, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that will take how long?
So the ground is prepped. The contractor can put them up in 6 weeks.
Awesome. And there were 3 people, 2 of them basically somebody found the deal, negotiated the deal, and one of them. So take me through your roles. We know that you're the money guy. You brought the money to the table. Second and third one.
Yes.
Roles.
So our first one found the deal, negotiated it, found our contractor, negotiated the construction of that. Our second one has a real estate agent background, combined with having had rental properties for about 5 years. He's looking after the marketing and sales, and I'm filling in on any other aspects of it. So last week when I was talking to you, I had just finished letting go our pretty mixture that we had for about a day and a half. So that's sort of the sad, challenging part of the aspect. And like anything, there are things that we have to do that we don't sort of like or comfortable with. But we quickly sort of put all our heads together and said, okay, this is not going to be a good fit in moving things to a technology-based operation. Nice woman and good background, but just didn't have those skills. So, yeah.
Awesome. Let's everybody give some love to Mike there on the, yes, thank you. I see you clapping, and give him some love on the in the chat box for me, please. Mike's been, like I said, a good friend. And what Mike also told me is that this is like next level for him, to buy 150 units of storage room units, and something that and then now it's going to be turning into 225 units. So yeah, everybody's giving you love in the chat box there, Mike. And like you said, we have a lot of successful. Mike's got over 40 years of real estate experience. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. He's still networking. He's still writing books with me. He's still coming to events, and he's still networking not only with PIC but his own local meetup groups and things like that. He's still doing that right now, and it works. It works because he has become somewhat a center of influence. He's been on my stages. He's written books. He's all that kind of stuff. It is very, very, and he's, in this case, in this scenario, he's the money partner, as you guys know. So Mike, if you can put your contact information in there for us, if people want to connect with you, please don't bombard him too much about stuff, but yeah, if you have any questions and all that, or you have a deal that you want Mike to look at or partner up with, I'm sure Mike will connect with you. You are a member of Private Investment Club. Mike, we still have 78 people, so we're doing really good. Go ahead, put your information there for me.
Okay, thank you, Sunil, and congratulations everybody on the call. You're on this call for a reason. You have high expectations for yourselves, and you're in the right place.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care.